I don't even know if that kind of still good or not. Mm, okay. All right. So I'm kind of conflicted about this. I'm really conflicted about this. I don't think price breaks out, uh, but I don't think the market's ready to short just yet. I don't think the market's ready to short because we got a head and shoulders pattern right here. Got a head and shoulders pattern right here. And the Bulls did not, or not the Bulls, the Bears did not finish their objective yesterday. They did not touch 20K. But at the same time, this is definitely support in this range right here. You definitely have support in this range. You can see that the Bulls are finding support in this range. So this is what I'm going to do. I think I think the market comes down here tonight or sometime tomorrow. I think the market wants to take the liquidity underneath this range, underneath this area of support, and I think they want to bounce into this range, and then we'll make a rotation up higher. So I'm gonna leave a limit down right here because the market definitely has to take out this high, and this structure right here, that's not enough to take out this high. Now, I mean, I guess we could see price push up. Sorry, I keep forgetting that I don't have my other mic. All right, I apologize. So, as I was saying before, this is going to be tough for bulls. I think we're going to pull back into this range right here, and we'll see a bounce somewhere in this range. But I will front run this range though, because I think as soon as the market takes out the liquidity underneath this low, they're going to find support here, and then we can probably see a range rotation, something like this going into tomorrow. My bias is definitely bullish tomorrow. I don't think we see all-time highs, but I do think that sometime tomorrow we will have a lot of bullishness. This definitely looks bullish to me, but I still think that the market wants to still tap into the liquidity underneath this range before it start making that rotation up. And the range that I think that as we start making that rotation up, if the market touches this range tomorrow, in my opinion, I'll be looking for shorts. And this is the range from 380 to 360. 380 to 350 probably is probably a better, a 30-point range is probably better. They're going to probably be looking to short this area tomorrow because as we talked about in, I think this entire week, that if we saw a price break underneath this range, is that we was going to see this move down. And as promised, we got that move down. And those that caught that short this morning, that was a nice short, a nice short for the Bears. So hopefully after the election, both Bulls and Bears can get their price action. both, hopefully we can both get full range rotations up into the downside and have a balanced market. But we definitely still got a lot more volatility coming in next week. Obviously, we have the elections on Tuesday. Right now, the betting markets are betting, the poly markets are betting and pricing in a Trump victory. However, however, we are dealing with people that allegedly have already started. They're already starting to find fake ballots. They're already starting to see illegals voting in this election. I don't know if you guys seen the news clip. I don't think it's going to be on mainstream media. It was just a video that I happened upon where that I forgot which news outlet during the Formula race car event or whatever. They had already predetermined a Harris victory, Harris beating Trump, and they accidentally flashed that against or underneath where they have the ads. And when they were called out on it, they said that that was like a technical mistake and that they were quote unquote practicing. But obviously, this election is very important to the Democrats because they are pulling out all the stops to ensure this victory. And I wouldn't put it past a person that is desperate to play fair. So just watch out for that. Mm, mm. But hopefully we don't get that. Hopefully we don't get a Harris victory. And we all know that on election night, there's going to be a lot of chaos, obviously. There's going to be a lot of mixed emotions from both sides, regardless who the winner is. All I know is that a lot of families have been broken up for whatever reason. People that are not even political will disown family members based on who they support. I don't know what kind of magic that politics, the elections, politicians, etc. I don't know what kind of magic that they cast on the American people or the people that they've been voted in to govern. But these politicians go home, they shake hands with Democrats and Republicans alike. They go on TV and act as adversaries, but behind the scenes, they're having lunch, they're going to each other's parties. I mean, they have public parties where they both have both public Republicans and Democrats at the same parties, laughing it up, enjoying the time together. But then when they get back into the political arena, they behave as adversaries. And yet, regular American people will literally disown their family as if we live in a world where you have people that truly care about you outside your family. So, mm, mm. Yeah, I'm thinking that I really want to take this short, like I said, because I think that they're not done. They're not done with their rotation. They're definitely not done. But I do want to wait until tomorrow with the news. We do have non-farm payroll tomorrow, and because of that, because of hmm, damn, I really want to take the short. That looks like a short. Hmm. Let me look at this real quick. Let me see where it's at on the fib levels. Hmm. I mean, we got a rejection from the golden fib. We got a rejection from there. Hmm. Huh, that's interesting. So we've gotten multiple rejection off the golden fib. Hmm. Let me see if they'll fill me short. Because I do believe that we'll probably see some more downside tonight. But I gotta be hmm, hmm, huh? All right, so there goes that short. Let's look at the ES and see if it's ready. Uh, hmm, hmm. Yeah, I think I. Hmm, I mean, that's too big. That's too big. And I wouldn't even think that the market would even do that tomorrow. I mean, that'll be too big. Hey, what's up, Ivan? What's up, EJ Trades? Yo, congratulations again on your payout, on you achieving that phase one. I'll be joining you next week. Uh, yeah, like their payouts are instant, which makes trading with MFF more enjoyable. I think a lot of the prop firms are now using Rise, which basically do instant payouts. Hmm. So I'm in the MFF Discord chat, and I'm kind of considering what these guys are saying. I mean, with the starter accounts, I believe that they're the easiest way to get payouts. The easiest way. I mean, all you got to do is adhere to a rules, the consistency rule. And these guys in here are talking about just making three, $300 to $400 a day. Yeah, about $300 to $400 a day for 5 days. But then if you do that, then you won't have no buffer. Well, I mean, I guess the whole point is the payout, right? So yeah, so you make $500 a day. You take out half of that, and then you have $1,200 a room. If you make $300 a day, obviously you only have $300 of buffer. I mean, if the payout's the payout, then you definitely wouldn't be able to grow that account. Yeah, this is definitely going down. Yeah, this is definitely going down. I should have stayed in my original short. The reason why I got out of it is because I guess I kind of wanted a higher price, but they're holding off this little neckline right here. I mean, they're holding it off. So I'll just wait for the short. I mean, I'll just wait for the long opportunity because I mean, yeah, the price is definitely going to probably come back into this range and we'll see that move up. Yep. You think so? So kind of explain what you mean. So Ivan, you got a live account with MFF, and if so, what's your experience with it? I know. Well, I don't actually. I don't know. Do they have it to where you have to pay like what is that thing called? Data fees when it goes to live, or is it that they give you a live and you're just trading it? Mhm. Yeah, that's definitely going short. Uh, I'm definitely addicted to gold, guys. I'm addicted to gold. I'm addicted to gold. I'm short gold in the sim, and I'm short gold in my swing account right now. Yeah, I'll probably see like nah. We'll probably take that low out. We'll probably see this thing drop down tonight. We'll probably see it drop tonight, or we'll probably see it. So depending on what that job data says, uh, tomorrow, gold will definitely react to that. Mm, But I will not be trading gold in my intraday accounts anymore. I'm too much of a swing trader to scalp it. And today I learned a valuable lesson today. I was looking for a intraday swing and it did not work out. I had a winning trade turn into a loser because I think I was up what like $700. So the account that I'm trading in right now, the crazy thing is that I was halfway to target with this account, but I didn't take profits on the Nasdaq and I did not take profits on gold, which resulted in me blowing the account this morning unnecessarily. And for whatever reason, I've been doing that this week, just blowing accounts after blowing accounts after working so hard in all of them. All it took was a couple of minutes, a couple of bad decisions, and all those accounts are gone. I'm not angry because I know once I get whatever is in my system out of my system and I go back to these strategic trades, I can always get those accounts back. I'm just more disappointed in my behavior. I'm just disappointed in my behavior. Mm. And the one thing that I'm gonna start doing from now on, another thing that kind of gets in the way, or I get in the way with myself, is I will sit here and let my account blow up, but then when I see a good trade, I hesitate. Talking to Smith. I was talking to Smith late in the afternoon yesterday, and obviously he was one of the traders that wanted that 20K. The Bears and the Bulls were fighting yesterday afternoon. Like they were trying to get 20K and the Bulls, I don't know why they didn't just let the Bears get 20K so that they can just rotate it higher. But because the Bulls didn't want the Bears to hit their 20K target, this was just like what, 5 hours of chop? Started at 12, so about like 2 hours of chop. And then the Bulls finally was able to break out of it. And I was telling Smith, man, I wish I had an account because this is a good short, but I don't know. And as soon as price got into this range right here, we had this massive drop right back to the lows. And I was telling him, I was like, man, that is definitely something that I have to kind of work on is trusting the setup and just accepting the loss if it comes. Because I mean, the market does the same thing over and over and over again. It don't change. And yet for some reason, when it does the same thing, I'm thinking it's a trick, and I overthink the setup and I overthink the entry. And then I want to try to chase and revenge trade when I actually miss the initial move. So, mm, oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of figured that they was going to take out the data fee. And MCM, you say you had the same thing happen to you, and this is new to me. What do you do? So, what are you referring to when you say you had the same thing happen to you? I'm going to make the assumption that you're talking about when you don't trust the setup, because I mean, I think that's what I was just talking about, like not trusting the setup, or about lose. Oh, okay, losing accounts. Um, well, I just have to remind. I mean, obviously, in the moment, I mean, I just like I hate, or I don't hate. I'm just disappointed that. Okay, so I guess let me kind of explain it. So I think this is just a self sabotage thing for me, and I guess just understanding that kind of helps. What I mean by it being self sabotaging is because this whole month, except for last week and this week and last month as well, I think I had it like what, 3 or maybe 5 red days at the most, but every day was green. Usually when I get on a winning streak, I begin to self sabotage for whatever reason. I know that I start to self sabotage and I start losing accounts. What's helped me is just writing in my journal and just reminding myself that I'm a good trader, because I lose the accounts, and the first thing I thought, or the first thing I tell myself is, how the fuck did you how do we get here? How do we get here? You're trading as if this is your first day on the job. You're making a lot of mental mistakes. You're making a lot of emotional mistakes. The emotional and mental mistakes that I usually make is I just want to pass the account. I want to pass the account. I want to pass the account, which leads to over leveraging and being impatient and waiting for the setup. Those are the two things that right now I self sabotage with. And then after I blow up the account, I think to myself, well, why the hell are you rushing? Because you know damn well this ain't Top Step you trading or any of these other prop firms that allow you to. I mean, shit, I think Top Step is the only one that doesn't have a consistency rule. Everybody else has one. Well, like, U Profit doesn't have a consistency rule either. But MFF, the prop firm that you trading, does. So why are you rushing to the 3K target? Because you know you're not going to be able to trade like that. And I try to justify it as like, I just want to get back to a funded account, blah 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 blah. And what usually happens in that situation, because I don't know what it is mentally, subconsciously, wherever the fuck it's at, whatever it is, if I've come to realize that if I pass an account by over leveraging, there's the I don't know how to say it, so don't take this with a grain of salt. But it's like I purposely blow that account on the funded side because I didn't earn it, or because I felt like I didn't earn it. I'll purposely blow it, and I don't know why. I just do that. Mm. Hold on, Ivan, you said that you were short and was down 4K this morning. Dude, how did that happen? You talking about today? Oh, you're talking about if you got caught in this. Yeah, so I was in this long and I mean cuz this is the only it's the only pop that we really got this morning. So I'm going to make the assumption you're talking about the pop that we saw around like 12 o'clock around London Open, around like 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I'm going to make that assumption. I was in this move this morning and I didn't get no sleep the last night. So I really don't even know what the hell I'm running off of right now, but I did not sleep. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. The only reason why I took the short today was because of this range right here. If I was unaware of what this range or the significance of this range right here, I probably would have took longs and I probably would have blew my account because I mean up until this month, the Bears just have been just given they don't finish their rotations. They're just unreliable. And for them to all of a sudden, oh, now they're getting 2 or 3 days in a row of them being able to sell the market. You really would have to have waited for confirmation because I mean, obviously the candles are painted on the charts, but when I saw this double top right here, because I remember because since I was up last night, or shit, we was on stream with this, I think, when the market bounced at 405 and the Bears failed or the Bulls failed to rotate this higher and we got this drop. I remembered this. And so when price came back up right here, this is where I shorted. Now, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't confident in this short, but I told myself, I mean, look at what's going on. You got this big move down. You got the 200 EMA sloping down. You got VWAP sloping down. If push come to shove, if you get stopped out of this, you can always flip long in this range. You can always flip long in this range. And when I took this short and I walked away from my screen, I was really surprised that the Bears just instantly knocked this damn thing down. Now, I didn't think they was going to do all this. And like I said, I still think that they still got I think they're trying to get into this range at 980. And kind of wish I took that short when I stayed short in this. I kind of wish I did. Yeah, a lot of people got trapped long today. A lot of people got trapped long. Shit, Smith made about what 6K in his funded account today. Congratulations to our boy Smith. And MCM, he says you're a novice futures trader. I wouldn't call myself a novice. That's that mental stuff. You got to watch what you say to yourself. Like you really got to watch what you. That kind of reminds me of Griff. He changed his name to Griff Can't Trade to Griff Can Trade. Like you got to watch what you say to yourself mentally because. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. Mm. Okay. All right, so yeah, you got to watch what you say to yourself because the subconscious mind, it takes in and outputs what you give it. So if you call yourself a novice trader, then you'll always be one until you tell yourself you're a professional trader. But anyway, you said that you passed 250K top staff. Yeah, I mean, I do the same thing too, MCM. And that's what it is. And I showcase that a lot on stream. And that's kind of what I'm gonna start. Like I'm really gonna get really serious about having like a profit goal because I kind of have one, but I have it, but I don't really adhere to it. I really just want to make about $600 to $700 a day, but I feel like I'm limiting myself. I can make more than that. And I hate trading with restrictions. I hate that. It doesn't feel authentic. It makes me feel like it's mechanic. Like I might as well just have an algo do it for me versus me doing it. It just doesn't feel authentic. And I think that's probably kind of why I rebel against it and overtrade. And then I kind of don't take my profits because it's like, oh yeah, it can go further. It can go further, and it doesn't. I know that this market is algorithmic. It makes symmetric moves and it doesn't move past certain points without certain types of price action happening. And even though I know that to be true, when my emotional mistakes, I trick myself into thinking that this is an authentic market that doesn't have measured moves, and that if you put enough hope in it, hopefully price will get to a certain point when in reality it won't. This market is very efficient. These algos, they follow instructions. You're not ever going to have a situation where the market goes where it's not supposed to. Mm, mm. And there goes that short. I should have took this damn thing short, but whatever, man. I should have took it short. Yeah, the ES. So I'm thinking that possibly the ES will probably see like 25 to about 20, 25, 20, somewhere in this range. I don't think I don't think we're going to get any bullish action this morning until the news comes out. Yeah. Yeah, the ES is definitely going to probably go into like 25, 20, somewhere in this range, probably bounce at this range at 20. Yeah, I think that's probably what we see tomorrow or see tonight. Mm, yeah, it does, man. And these prop firms know how we think. I was talking to my brother about this because he was asking me how trading went, and as I was telling him, I was saying almost the same things that I tell you guys. It's like we know what we're supposed to do. We know it mentally. We know that we get in that resistance or we sell at resistance. We buy at support. We sell high. We buy low. We know we're supposed to do that. But then when you add emotions to this, all of a sudden now your emotions will make you think that, oh yeah, I should get in the middle of the chart and then be emotional when you become liquidity because we know that you're not supposed to trade in the middle. You trade in the middle, you become liquidity. I mean, it's just that simple. And yet, when you're in an emotional state, maybe after a loss, it makes sense to get into the middle. Somehow, some way you convince yourself, yeah, let's get in the middle and let's see what happens. Mm. But this, like I said, this week has definitely been an eye opener for me. I blew all those accounts and for no reason at all. And so over the weekend, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to write in my journal. I'm going to continue to put my mental and emotional thought processes down so I can look at it from an outside perspective. And I'm really going to get serious about if I'm not getting in at a good area, then I'm not going to get in at all. I'm not going to chase price. I'm not chasing it anymore. Or at least that's who I want to become, and that's what I'm going to start working towards because I'm Mm. This probably be a good short on gold right here. Right here is probably a good short. Hmm. And I'm gonna follow my rule. Gold is too dangerous. I'm actually get out of this right here. Close that. And this is probably a better short on gold right here. Mm. Mm. Dawn chain channels. I'm gonna look into that, but kind of explain what that does. Is that like those cloud things where it kind of gives you like clouds, like pockets of areas where you could possibly get into a trade? Is that what that is? Dawn chain? Dawn chain channels? Oh, no clouds. Let's see. Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about. Okay. And so this is what you're talking about, like right here. Mm. Mm. Okay. So QQQ, and you said so. I'm gonna make an assumption that it's on an indicator. On chain. All right. Is it any specific? So I can just use anyone. Uh, let's see. And you said it says 200 on. So you talking about like a 200 day? Okay. Kind of explain what you. Oh, just a basic one. Okay. All right. So this is a QQQ chart, and this is the Dawn chain channel on it. and you're asking me what do I see? Mm. And you say DC. And yeah, Ivan, I keep it simple too. I just prefer to trade the price action because it's like, man, there's open John chance and then go to settings. Where is it at? Oh, it's right here. Where the hell is this damn thing at? Is this DBO? All right, so settings. It says put 200. It says not below on the chart. Okay, so the length 200, right? Okay. All right, cool. All right, so you asking me what do I see on QQQ? I'm gonna put it on the daily chart. It says go out 1 month. Okay, so 1 month. Well, I mean, yeah, that's obvious. Hmm. Take a look at this resistance. Well, so 1 month and 15-minute chart, huh? Hmm. It's so interesting. Market hours only, no after hours. Damn. Huh. I'm just looking at the candle that the QQQ made. That's a lot of selling volume right there. Yeah, it looks like QQQ is about to come into some support at 82. So, kind of going off topic from what Jack is talking about. So, the reason why I think that it's highly likely that we see a bounce tomorrow is not because we saw a big move down. It's because a lot of these stocks are coming into support. The Qs are coming into support. SPY has already came into support already. SPY is coming into support. Apple dropped into support. Apple dropped right into support. Amazon pumped from support. Oh, did Amazon dump after hours or something? Did Amazon dump after hours? So I guess Amazon dumped after hours. Amazon pumped and I guess it dumped after hours. Okay. All right. But yeah, it pumped from demand. So it's highly likely that we see a pump tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll see. But going back to so 15-minute, and you said, tell me what I see. Okay. Let me ask you this. Are are these lines painted in advance or is it a lagging indicator? Does it lag? I mean, does it paint when when they already make the move already? Or how does that work? Yeah, it seems like it's always coming back to it eventually and bouncing. It's not perfect, but I mean you're in the right general area. Yeah. Damn it. I should have took that short on Nasdaq. And isn't that interesting how when you're doing the right thing and shorting at resistance, how easy it is to get your targets filled? And all I had to do is just be patient for the short instead of trying to short the middle of the damn chart. Oh my God. Dude. And I was in that short. And that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I saw the setup, I just didn't trust it for whatever reason. Mm, okay. Well, I'm going to take the long at 80. So I didn't catch the short, but I'll make an attempt to catch the long. I don't think that I don't think so. Maybe we'll get the opportunity for it to come into this pretty soon. Let me actually look at this real quick. Let me look at this real quick. Mm, yeah, we're definitely going into this range. We're definitely going into this range. Okay, so yeah, I might as well just cut this right here. We already got the drop. We got the drop. So I'm just gonna wait for a price to come into this range. If I'm wrong, I don't think the market is gonna come all the way down to 930. I mean, I guess it could, but I mean, it's highly unlikely for it to happen. Let's actually look at that real quick because yeah, price is definitely gonna run these lows. That's definitely gonna happen. Look at that. 9030 has been a lower day, and it does look like price. Oh, this is an 850. This is an eight. Well, did I say eight? No. All right, so 980. I'm a little bit too low. A little bit too low. 980. Yeah, so 980 has definitely been an area of support. So I do expect that we'll probably see like 980, 970, but I'm going to front run it. We do see some support at 950. I mean, that would be a good follow up trade if I'm wrong about, but I mean, I'll still be in a position. Price would have to touch 5 or 930 for me to get stopped out. Yeah, so yeah, we'll see. 980. Mm. All right, so it looks like at ES because I was thinking about going short on ES too. Yeah, and they got the short on ES. But yeah, like I said, I think 725 to 720 is the range where the bulls may find support. 725.20. If we look at an ES chart, there's a lot of support at 725. You can see that there's a lot of support at 725 right here. You can see that the bulls in the past have used this area as support multiple times. They also used this 730 area as support multiple times as well. It was previous resistance, support, 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 and 725 has been support as well. So I guess this 10-point range really, yeah. So what are you sorry about, Jack? What are you sorry about? And MCM, no. I do have, so when I'm on stream, all these are pivot points right here, but I really don't use them. I just prefer to just to keep things simple and just trade the price action. Uh, but if you guys are watching the stream and you choose to use them, they are there and they are available. I just find like, I mean, if you're using pivot points, then, and I'm guilty of this, and this is why I'm saying it, is that you're getting into a position without confirmation. I mean, that's just the honest truth. You're getting into a position without confirmation and hoping to get lucky. But if you have a double top, a double bottom, a strong high, strong low with a head and shoulders pattern, I mean, you can't beat that confirmation. And even though FOMO will tell you that we won't get it, it always does it. Price always does it. I mean, it is right here. You can see that it's happening right now. You will always get a double bottom, a double top. I mean, you might miss the move initially and it might hurt your feelings, but the market always comes back to where liquidity is and you can get a second try of that same move. But this is definitely going to probably get rejected at the top of this range. It's highly likely that we'll see a rejection. However, I wouldn't short this. I wouldn't start a new position here because you're literally in the middle of the chart. You can get away with it on the Nasdaq, but you're not going to be able to get away with it on any other instrument other than the Nasdaq. And look at that short working on gold. And all I have to do is just wait for the confirmation, the double top, the breaker structure, the retest, and the move was easy. Yeah. So, and this is just how I trade. I mean, it's just easy to, it's just easier to trade this way. It's less stress. I have a really good entry. My stop is exactly where I want it to be, so I don't have to move it. My target should get hit. But I will say it was gold that um, that sent me on tilt this week because she missed my target by a tick, like literally a tick, and I would have passed the account. And I was revenge shorting her ever since, trying to get that account back. The crazy thing is, I passed the account, and now that account is gone. Crazy, because I kept shorting her in the middle of the chart, shorting her, and You kind of have to be perfect with gold because as we all know, if you're trading E-mini gold, it's $10 per cent. And if you find yourself on the wrong side, or if you find yourself in the middle with gold, you'll get chopped up before it goes in whatever direction it's intended to go into. So you kind of have to be perfect with gold. Yeah, it's most likely they're going to short this. Mm, okay. Oh, no problem, man. I'm not tripping on that. I'm not tripping on that at all. You was sharing something, and there'll always be another trade. There, especially on the Nasdaq. So I'm not tripping on that. And I missed that short way before you started talking about that in the first place. Because at the start of the stream, y'all guys saw that I was in short, but then I cut it because I hesitated and thought that, well, blah blah blah. I told myself it may not work. Blah blah blah. Obviously, it worked. So it's no fault of yours. It's mine. It would have been nice to be up here though. It would be nice to get the bottom of this range right here. This head and shoulders pattern. This confirmation of a short right here. This confirmation. It's hard for the market to trade past the head and shoulders pattern. I mean, this is like the final boss for price action. You get a nice head and shoulders pattern, like right here. This right here is a nice head and shoulders pattern. I guess people will call this a cup and handle or whatever, but I just keep it simple. It's a head and shoulders pattern. You got your shoulders and your head, and we got that move up. And then you have a smaller head and shoulders pattern right here. You got your head and your two shoulders right here. Mm. Mm. Do I use options? No, I don't. So I don't reference options at all. If I am referencing options, it'll only be SPY. But I don't do that because when I was trading options, or at least how I was taught, is that you reference the Nasdaq if you're trading. So if you're trading Tesla, you would always reference the Nasdaq futures before you would get into a trade of any tech stock. Because if the Nasdaq is bearish, then you wouldn't go and buy the stock if the Nasdaq itself is bearish. Oh. We'll see what they do here. We'll see what they do here because it's highly likely that they're going to maybe reject it from here. But like I said, I would not start a position right here. Mm. I think I'm gonna just start doing that every day. Just like really just getting structured with this damn thing because oh yeah. I forgot that I do this with Nasdaq. I haven't done it in so long. I forgot that I do it in Nasdaq too. 45. Oof. No. So the goal for the evening stream for this stream, the goal is to find an entry so that we can swing into New York. That's the goal for the evening stream. But we do usually run this stream from 9:30 to 10 o'clock, probably no later than 10 o'clock Central Time. And we just kind of just talk, just hang out because the markets are slow. So I'm not necessarily looking to be profitable overnight, but if it happens, hey, I'm not gonna, I'm definitely not gonna complain about it. But like I said, I feel like the market is gonna make its way down into this range, and I'm gonna take the chance on this range for the bulls to come to find support somewhere in here and make a rotation back up higher before the news. And if I'm wrong, my stop will be around 9:30 with a 50-point stop on 3 micro contracts. And if we do see that rotation up higher and I'm in profit, then that means I can add to the position as it goes up versus. So yeah, so I'm actually so I've been actually kind of thinking about that too. I would prefer to add to my position as price goes down so I can have a better average entry. But at the same time, if I add to my winners, it moves my average entry up, but at the same time, I have more profitability. I'm more comfortable with adding as it goes down. I feel that if you're adding as it goes up, like let's just say as an example that I got into my entry down here and I'm in long 3 micro contracts right here. And as price goes up, I'm thinking, man, I would like to add to this position. How can I safely do that? Well, obviously you can kind of add as it goes up, but I feel like that is kind of dangerous to do because as it goes up, then it comes back down and then your average entry is up here instead of being down here. And so as I've been kind of studying the charts, the safest way that I've seen is that you have to be patient with your entry or with your add-on. You have to wait for it to break structure, come back, and then add as it's coming back down. So it's almost the same concept as it goes up. You got to add at the pullback and not add as it actually goes up. What my strategy consists of is I will get in right here and I will get in at the bottom of this range and I would take off the whole position at a 50-point stop. So where I can safely average entry into my position, but I'm not adding as it continues to go down until I eventually blow the account. I only DCA in one time and I want to have no more than 6 to 9 contracts in one position at a time. And I'm just trading the rotation because like I've shared before, I'm an intraday swinger. I don't like scalping. I prefer the intraday swing. Now, my trading partner is definitely the scalper. He's really good at it. Like I said, he made $6,400 a day scalping as the market went down. You talking about right here? Well, Ivan, like I said, I think they're going to reject price right there. So, I mean, if you wanted that long to this area, I mean, it's highly likely that they continue it higher. But this is the Nasdaq we're talking about, so we got to always take that type of price action with a grain of salt. That would never happen on the ES, obviously. I mean, if you trade the ES as well, we know that she don't play that. She don't play that. She trades back into resistance. She's dropping right back down. She don't play that. Oh yeah, let's trade past resistance and then drop. It's as soon as she hits that resistance, she's dropping. So it's always kind of a gamble on the Nasdaq if she's going to trade past resistance or not. And that's why I prefer to trade like majority. Like if I only have one funded account, I focus more on the ES versus the Nasdaq. Even though I would prefer to trade the Nasdaq, with you trading your funded account and already being in an emotional state, you really don't need all that bullshit on your plate when it's the funded account. On an eval, yeah. I mean, you're trying to get to a profit target. On the funded account, you're trying to get to that payout. And the ES just has less stress. The only thing is just you have to wait for the setup. You just have to wait for it to form and you have to trust it. And 9 times out of 10, when you see that double top, it's a sure thing almost. I mean, I haven't seen the ES trade past a double top yet. I have yet to see her do it. She does not trade past double tops without dropping first and then trading past it. So, I mean, here's a double top, a double top, a double top. She just doesn't trade past those double tops without dropping first. Double bottoms, a move up, then a drop down. So, I mean, even if you caught this double bottom here at this range, even though if you longed and you was on the wrong side of this move, this is still like a 10-point move right here. Nope, never mind. It was a 6-point move. Or let me see. So 58. Just about, this is an 8-point move, which is still good on the ES, but obviously you want to trade with the trend with the ES, obviously. You don't ever want to trade against the ES because you'll become liquidity real quick. Dude, if you got back 9 times out of 10, the bears and the bulls will always buy the retest. 9 times out of 10, they will always do it. And I usually call those guaranteed trades, almost guaranteed to get 10 points at least. 68. Yeah, so this was as soon as price got into this range, if you had a 10-point target, you got it filled. So what was this? The high of this was what, 69? That was 10 points right there. 54, so that's like a 14-point move down right there. She always fills her gap. Like when the ES did not fill this gap, I knew he was going short. I just knew that this move was going to come. I knew this move was going to come because the ES does not move unless her gaps are filled. Like when the Nasdaq fills her gap and the ES doesn't, that's a red flag. The Nasdaq is too toxic for it to be filling its gap first before the ES. That was a red flag. So I was confident when I was shorting as price was going up. I was like, yeah, price is eventually going to fill this gap. It's not going to go too far away from this gap. I mean, if you got this double bottom right here, if you got in at the retest of this double bottom, 39. So you was in 4 points of drawdown before you was able to get the move up. Double top right here, 81. It's 2 points of drawdown before you got mm, yeah. So okay. Let me actually look at this. But Jack, I'm definitely gonna keep this on my chart though. I'm gonna definitely keep it on my chart. I mean, look at that. Look at that nasty big volume candle right here. That I mean, dude, that was a lot of selling today. Look at all that volume. That's so crazy. I probably might as soon as well, I'm pretty sure the market is gonna probably bounce before the market opens because just like the Nasdaq, just like the ES doesn't leave gaps, the S&P doesn't leave gaps either. This is definitely going to get filled tomorrow. And this is a price will probably so this is what I'm predicting tomorrow. I'm thinking that the market is going to bounce. And we're really going to have to be careful because I don't think we're going to continue. I feel that we're going to get a bounce back into support or resistance, and then we're going to have another leg lower. I think that's what's going to happen tomorrow. On the Nasdaq, I think this is the range where we're going to pump up into. And once we pump up into this range, if I start to see the bulls begin to struggle, I'm already short this anyway. But this is where I'm looking for the market to come back into tomorrow, and then we see another move down. So I'm definitely going to be looking for that. We'll see what happens though. And if we do see that move down, I mean the next level of support, it looks like it's 850. 850, 800. It looks like we got some support down here. Because we got a double top. I mean, I guess we could. I mean, nah. Because they already did it already. They already sold the retest at that. They already sold the retest here. They already sold the retest right here at 430. You can see it. I mean, they missed it. They got to I think like 415, 420ish or whatever. But they obviously sold the retest. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, 415, 300, 360. Yeah, probably like 360 to 400, 360 to 400. Mm. Hopefully this pump doesn't happen in the pre-market. Well, okay, never mind. I'm thinking about my options. I got some calls in SPY. I have some calls in a lot of tech companies because they were at support at the close. Hopefully we don't get into this area before the market opens so I can close those position out. Okay. All right. And this is why you don't trade gold in the middle. This is exactly why you don't ever trade gold and ES and stuff like that in the middle, because they do like to make these retracements. Now, if I get stopped out of this, I get stopped out of this. But if anybody that thought about going short right here, obviously they're getting stopped out of this move. So, mm. But all right, guys, I'm going to end the stream here. I'm going to end it here. We'll come back tomorrow morning. Obviously, y'all guys seen that Smith got his setup back. And so we're just going to go right back to the way that we usually do the stream. We both talk about what we see in the market, and we both talk about, what positions that we're going to take and why we're taking them. So, hopefully, guys, you can join us. All right. And see you tomorrow, Ivan. And with that said, have a good night, everybody. Peace out.